Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features the top-scoring pass offense in the NFL. The Cowboys are top 10 in passing TDs, and they go up against our Packers defense that will need to be on its game. Set for the call of this Week 15 matchup, here are Brandon Gott.
Larry, we find ourselves right in the center of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Arlington and AT&T Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gordon, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And when I think of Russell Wilson, I think not just of the big plays that he's made, and those are considerable, but when they were made. 4th and 26 in a Big Ten championship game against Michigan State when he was with Wisconsin. A big completion helped lead his team to a victory. A big 4th down throw for a touchdown in an NFC championship game against the San Francisco 49ers. When the chips are down, this guy plays at a big level.
Here's Wilson. A quick throw here, that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
2nd down now after the pass completion. Now Wilson, 2nd down. And for a right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Packers a 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. And it's 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Play action. It's Wilson. Finding time. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. He had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. This will be from 49 yards out.
at 3.
Here we go. 190. 190.
Now a handoff working right. And right away, he lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there's no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see
And down he goes. Well, right up losing heat on the sack there, and it's second down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. He's going to hold out anyway, and when he gets that kind of start and comes straight clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Yes, that's today's NFL defensive tackle. Not just a space eater anymore. A guy with agility, movement skills, who can rush the passer and make plays in the offensive backfield.
Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. Able to get away.
Trying to keep the legs churning.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talked about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Going for the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. Their big-bodied receiver with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, is what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot. Know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
And And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And the Cowboys defense, they march back out onto the field. And we're going to get a peek at some of the hits that have helped them get this first half lead.
And you know how the best hits happen? By being really good on that side of the ball in terms of fundamentals. Being in the right spot, diagnosing plays well, and being there at the point of attack. They are really making it happen.
About the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And they're running here. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He's got time in the pocket, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And it's taken in at the 9. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here comes the guy, Charles, I think you'd agree. He's getting more comfortable, but he still has some stuff to prove at this level.
Still has things to prove, but the expectation level has really jumped for him. He's shown so much potential along the way. Now people want to know, will he take it to the next level and bring his team along with that?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down.
Here we go. 190.
They're going to let the throw. He went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. 10 yards to go on 3rd. They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go. 190.
They'll look to throw here. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on the play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now they pick up the first down. with a gain of 4.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They go play action here on 1st down. It's coming, down he goes. That would have set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down to Sam. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. Incomplete. The contact made the ball run free and brings up 4th down.
Any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Great coverage there. Into a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get it pushing, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 1st down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. We have to be happy with the result.
McKinnon here is complete. One quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's go. Grand 38.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it. Rest of the game. And it does get in your mind a little bit. And sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from that.
And the defenders know it, too. They sniff that out.
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know the rule is, first guy hold up the runner, everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They got to get to the 23 here on third. This time he'll look to throw. He's got his man on the comebacker. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly. Right. The guy has some precision in throwing it.
They're going to take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now in the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. So they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. So a costly penalty and now a tougher third down situation. On third down, Wilson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The juke. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot. Maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves and make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, but led to a really nice game. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They come out here in the eye. They'll back to throw. Incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people and bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Forced out to his left. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go. 1, 9,
Now they try the right side here. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there with his 15th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And now back onto the field, here comes the Cowboys defense. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew, so they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out, gave a little momentum to their offense, and said, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And that defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on the quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Complete left side to tight end Rodgers. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
This is taken around the 12. Oh, nice move. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
Here we go.
They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because they'll have a hard time to find someone open downfield if you don't cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
I think you're right, partner.
Everyone got four down. Let's go. 1-9.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with third and just a couple.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes, and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And the tight end goes in motion left. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Quick throw here, that's complete. Very far off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit, but how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And a short gain down to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Come on, let's go. 1-9.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to walk one, deep left. He's caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Their dangerous wide receiver with a second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going.
Let's go. Move the team. 57,
They go read option with Wilson. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 1. And that'll lead here to a third down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
They'll run him now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Cowboys are simply running the show in the first half. They've controlled the game and are way out in front. The Packers have an uphill battle in front of them, but will try to claw back in this one. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Third down from the 32. Pass coverage will break down here. and this goes 68 yards for the score. As they put the first points on the board. Cowboys take it at the 16. He's free and clear of the defense here, and he'll end up sprinting into the end zone. The Cowboys up now by 14. Fourth down at the 36. He breaks free from the defense, and this four-play drive goes for a touchdown. Set up now, 3rd and 7. The Cowboys up now by 21. The pass is completed into tight coverage, and it's caught for the score.
All right, Larry, indeed a one-sided affair to this point as we get set for half 2. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Here's the Packer defense getting set to go again. They are down on the scoreboard as we begin the second half and looking to avoid a bigger deficit.
And I can just hear the coaches now. I can hear the head coach. Guys, first 5 minutes. First series of the second half. Offense or defense. You've got to set the tone.
They'll try to set that tone here. And not a whole lot doing there. So get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a read, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So last week, mostly ineffective. This week, what we're seeing very effective. What are you seeing that's different?
I think what I'm seeing is just a simple, everyone is on the same page. And I know it sounds trite, but I'm talking about all the guys up front with the blocking schemes, everyone at the point of attack, creating space. And so far, it doesn't matter what gap they choose, they're finding it. A gap, B gap, C gap, does not matter. They're getting there, and they're creating nice runs.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Let's go! 190!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys add on. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive of 4 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know, at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script? And got his man complete. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Packers defense here getting ready. And with this deficit, let's be honest, it's time for them to get a stop.
And partners, you understand very well from our time together visiting with coaches, defensive coordinators tend to be a little more emotional, a little more high-strung than others. I have a feeling that speech came out about taking a stand and bowing up in this possession.
Yeah, that's where this word pride comes out, right?
In a big way.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The play clock's running down. We'll get to the fullback on the dime. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. They come up in an offset eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Switch it up here and look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got it. The tight end, Jeff Heuerman. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? What a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Here we go. What? 90. Check. What? Next round. Check round.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. And that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They'll come out in the pistol.
Get.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Oh, spinning away. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
This is fielded at the goal line. He'll take pick this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as they're offense gets set to take over. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's get back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Let's go! What? 90!
Now a handoff looking right, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Third down and 8 now.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end. Come on, let's go. What? 90. Check.
Back to throw. Can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of good for driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? 'Cause that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncing and bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country
I
roads.
certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love it.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
They can figure that out right here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And the offense facing a 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. It looked like he might beat that last man. He doesn't, though, but it goes as a 32-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. But got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's the big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
They come up in an offset eye.
Let's go! What? 90! What? 90! Mike, 53.
On 3rd down, we'll drop the throw. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that.
And a fake here, direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he meant to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through, trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's a user running back.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Here we go. What? 90.
They look to throw. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Let's go. Ohio.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll set up a throw. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it in the end zone. A big-time drop.
Looking to throw. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
Well, the element of surprise was there. All right, there's no doubt about it. For us, maybe. But not for the guys on defense. An incomplete pass on the fake field goal attempt.
I guess, though, if you're trying to pick up the first in that spot, you're going to let your QB throw the ball. Right?
That might be a better way to
Your
go.
kicker, yeah. And he'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football. And you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
There's Wilson to throw. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but it's complete. From the down on 3rd down, Wilson. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. It'll be a gain of 8, but also lead to a 4th down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now we get a look at the captain of this offense heading back out there now. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They look to throw here. They're looking for his tight end up the corner. It's complete. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception there.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done. Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from taking the rock that much.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. So similar to last week, same story here. The number's not good again. And, you know, occasionally I'm watching him on these routes. They've got 1, sometimes 2 guys just draped all over.
I think they've got to figure out a way to get him a little bit of distance. You know, get him some space. Because as a space player, he's as agile as your normal slot back or your running back. Just get him out there. Give him a chance to run some one-on-one routes. He's really just a wide receiver playing tight end. Give him that opportunity. He hasn't been able to get that done in the last 2 weeks, though.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And his defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I can't work the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches, as a general rule, that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of it. That's just who they are.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, and not any run after it.
Rodgers brings it in. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And on 2nd and 10 now.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But it always thinks back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
How about the timing on that one? Where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. He needed 2. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise? Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you're doing across the defensive front. Instead of a linebacker getting back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going. Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay. Yeah, in this case. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they're down here 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be a Dallas 1st down. Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why their points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field. Hey, a lot. A lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Hey. Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Turn, boy.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the first game, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know
into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Dallas, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.